Yes.
Spence Strasmore, I believe was his name. He played for Miami, but he was a pass rusher. So I'm going to rule out wide receiver and Edgerrin James, and I'm going to guess it's A. Warren Sapp because I just feel like that's something that he would do.
You're absolutely right.
Is it Warren Sapp?
Well done.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you, HBO. Thank you.
Good job.
Context.
Peter Berg, isn't he involved in that?
Peter Berg was involved.
Berg, shout out to you, friend of the show, Peter Berg.
That's it. Was it John David Washington?
Oh,
plays the receiver?
I love him. Love him.
Here's the story.
What's that show? Entourage with sports?
Yes, it is. It is.
Your boy Glazer.
Embarrassed to admit I watched it both
Glazer's in there.
seasons.
Terrell Suggs.
He Suggs, yeah.
Here's how the story goes. Warren Sapp shows up to the University of Miami, and he's a tight end. And they're like, we want to move you to defensive end. We want to move you to line. And he walks in the defensive lineman room, and he looks at all the guys, and he sees a sophomore, Dwayne Johnson, who had been playing the year before for the U. And he points to him, and he goes, all right, this guy, I'm taking your job. And guess what? He did.
He took his job.
He took his job. And they remained close friends. But that was the end of The Rock being the next guy at the U.
Sapp.
But there's Warren Sapp would have 96 sacks and go on to be a Hall of Famer.
Tommy Frazier took his lunch.
Yes, he did. Yes,
Warren Sapp refused to call him Tommy. He would only refer to him as Thomas Frazier, and it pissed Tommy Frazier off, and then the Huskers got over.
Those days of the U were pretty crazy.
I mean, come on.
All right.
Come on. It's the best.
Mixed bag, you in?
Other mixed bag, sure.
All right, Kyle. In April of 2003, Bill Goldberg famously beat The Rock in an event called WWE Backlash.
Oh, great. Wrestling. Give me the wrestling question. Go ahead.
Later that week, who hosted SNL and who was the musical guest the same week as WWE Backlash 2003? This is why you watch Good Morning Football.
I catalog my SNL things according to Backlash.
Goldberg beat The Rock.
Yeah, pretty good. Sure.
Alec Baldwin and Zwan. Cedric the Entertainer and Good Charlotte. Ashton Kutcher and 50 Cent, or Paul Rudd and a combo of Sean Paul and Wayne Wonder.
They did a tandem, Paul and Wonder.
Yeah.
This is 03?
03.
Okay, there was nothing hotter in the United States of America in 03 than the Kutch man. Ashton Kutcher, not only with punks, trucker hats were everywhere. He launched an entire thing. So, and 50 Cent, obviously massive too. Get rich or die trying. Peter, this is the lowest hanging fruit I've ever seen in this question. I'm gonna be so angry if it's not C, the Kutch and Curtis, 50 Cent. That's my answer.
The answer, it's like the only thing bigger than Ashton Kutcher at that moment in time was 50 Cent. And they both were on the same time. Ashton Kutcher, we're all right here.
You got it right.
You got it right. Hosted on May 3rd. We have a round of applause. Kyle, not always the best at this segment.
I'm like 2 for 20, maybe. Now I'm 3 for 21.
This was the height of...
I was sure that was wrong.
Yeah.
This was the height of Get Rich or Die Trying, and they did a sketch, The Falconer, which was Will Ferrell, which was famous. And then they did a whole thing about no punking, and then they did a whole thing about punchers and 50 Cent performed in the club, and he did 21 questions.
It's your birthday, Peter.
You got it.
Sip Captain Morgan Spice rum. It's your birthday. We love you, Captain.
Eat a Kit Kat like it's your birthday.
Wow, we all got him right. Who knew?
Watch Eagles Patriots tonight on NFL Network like it's your birthday.
All right, so here we go. The video clue. This WWE, this is a history lesson now.
Okay.
This is for the old school folks. But if you want to do a football life, I've got the guy. It's the answer to this question. This guy was a WWE Hall of Famer, but before that, helped lead the Chargers to 4 AFL title games in 5 years in the 1960s. So he goes from being one of the best defensive players in the AFL with the Chargers, retires, and then ends up being a WWE Hall of Famer. I'm gonna give you the names: Ernie Ladd, Jack Kemp, Dan Fouts, or Ron Mix. There are no wrong answers. I just want to see 1960s football highlights. Kyle, you want to go first?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I'm actually gonna go last because I know the answer for a fact.
Okay.
I'll go Ron Mix. D.
Ron Mix.
I like the name.
Great name.
Ron Mix.
Well, I know it's not Dan Fouts, quarterback. Jack Kemp.
Okay. Ran for office. I don't know if he ever...
Is it a question or an answer? Jack Kemp?
So, yeah, all right. Ernie Ladd.
Sure. Kyle?
You going A? Yeah, the answer is it was Ronnie the Maniac Mix. That's what he went by in the ring, and I know that for a fact.
Stop.
The answer, the Maniac.
The answer is Ernie, the Big Cat Ladd. This guy went to a historically black college, Grambling State. Look how big he was. He was 6'7".
That's him, 77?
That's him. He was 6'7". He played for the Chargers, but eventually played for the Chiefs. Was an absolute beast. Okay, 4-time All-Star in the AFL. Helped lead the Chargers to the AFL title. He was going into the Chargers Hall of Fame in '81. But the part that you love is that he had an entire career in pro wrestling after that. He played the heel role. He was the bad guy. He would face off against legends like Bruno Sammartino, Gorilla Monsoon, Bobo Brazil, Dusty Rhodes. He'd pass away in 2007, but he had one of the coolest lives in sports. Star football player in the 60s, and then would go on to be a WWF at the time Hall of Famer, and he was one of Vince McMahon's early ones. So Vince McMahon was the commissioner and was like, Ernie Ladd's the bad guy, he's the heel. Wow. 6'7", absolute beast. And of course, he was football and then wrestling. Just like
his finishing move.
Bill Goldberg.
The guillotine leg drop. How many times do you drop a leg drop on your brother when you're wrestling?
That's the go-to.
The big cat, Ernie Ladd.
Awesome, dude.
This was the Bizarro episode of this. You always get the last one right, and you never get the first one. You were so sure it was Ron Mix.
Oh, it was definitely. I just made that up. The Maniac, Ron Mix. Ronnie.
I thought it was really his thing. All right, we've talked a lot about the Bears and the Packers this offseason. What about the Vikings? Could this be the year they get over the hump? Not if you ask Mike Zimmer in the preseason. We'll break down the Vikings next.